Alright guys, welcome back to Choose Your Own Path. Today we're going to finish up our project. We're going to be pouring in the inside. We've got ourselves some epoxy. So what all I'm going to want to do first, I'm going to bring you guys around this way so you can see. So what we want to do is we just want to give it a little light coat. Not too overly concerned about the back part because that's where the beaver hut is going to go, or the beaver, I don't even know what you'd call that, I guess the beaver den. But what we want to do is we want to make sure we get our epoxy all over here, just a light coat, and this side, because we won't be working on this side very fast or very much. Turn it around. So just enough. Now when we take this apart, it's not going to be really pretty when we take it apart, but we're going to sand it down. Like I said, it took 24 hours. You can see it's solid. It is solid. 24 hours is plenty of time to let that stuff cure, alright? So this, all we want to do is put some on here now. Doesn't have to be, you know, party or nothing. We just want to make sure that it's protected. I don't even know what the backside looks like yet. It looks like hell, but we'll see. We're not worried about that either because you'll never see it. And if we have to, we will sand it. We will sand it down. Probably will. This is like a little river table that we're making that I've never made yet. I was really excited to make it. Alright, so we got that on there. You can see the different color it's changed. Do the same to the front side. And what this is going to do is it's also going to make it solid so it won't ever crack, which is what we want. I mean, yeah, if it falls, it probably would crack. It happens. We don't want it to. Okay. Oops. Nothing. Alright, so then we're going to continue by adding our epoxy to the top. So we're going to get some on the sides. Okay. Now, what I did was I drilled some holes in here, and you can see the little nails here. All I want to do is put some epoxy on the nails, sort of on the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to find the hole. Where the hell's the hole? One there, one here. Alright, I'm going to set it in. That's that, it's in. Now, for these guys, the same thing. I put two little nails. What I'd like to do is just add epoxy to it, just to shine it up and give it that shiny, shiny coat look. Okay, just so we'll quickly add some epoxy to it. So should have been wearing gloves, but I didn't think of it until now. Okay. I'm gonna work a little bit fast because we don't want the epoxy to start drying. This is the clear coat, guys. I get my fingers dirty. So again, find the holes there and there, and we're gonna push it down, and that's exactly where it's gonna stay, and it's not gonna come back. Once it's in there, it's in there. We're not gonna play around with it. It's the way it is. Now, yeah, had a little issue where this thing broke off. There's a little bit of wood glue in there. That's okay. They'll just give it some. We'll just give it some look. We just want to make sure we got epoxy on it, so it looks good. What we're gonna do. Okay. Now the beaver, the same thing. The beaver has been epoxied. I just want to make sure that there's nothing that needs to be touched up, or maybe a little bit of epoxy around the arms in case. Just in case. Well, never know. And the same thing too. We got 2 holes there. Oh, we got 1 hole, sorry. And the reason I put 1 is so I could maneuver the tail to where I want it. Push down on that. And that's it, it's done. So with the rest of the epoxy, what we're going to do this way is we're going to fill in the gap, the hole. That would be the hole that we said would be the water. We don't have to worry about going too far on that side where the hut is, only because the hut's covering that hole. Alright? But we want to get it in there just in case. I'm just drizzling it on the beaver, so what I'm going to do is have it so it goes underneath the tail. That's going to act like a layer of glue, right? Alright. Use as much epoxy as we can to get in there. We did not have issues with it leaking. There was a little bit on the side, but that's not to be concerned about. Sure that our beaver is sitting on epoxy. So add some in here. Alright. Like so. And what we'll do is we have a lot of excess. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drizzle it on this guy. I didn't epoxy this at all because it was too hard, but I want to make sure that none of the wood, the little chunks fall off. So what it's going to do is it'll just end up drizzling and leaking on it. So like we'll just paint it on there. because we do have a lot of excess epoxy on this wood. We sort of want it so it looks like he's still sitting on like a little bit of an island. Like I said, we do have a lot of epoxy left over here, and it'll migrate its way down, right? I told you guys that before. Not an issue. It always wants to pull itself down. Don't ask me why. No, it's because it's heavy. Epoxy is heavy, it's more dense. There's a reason for everything, guys. Once it starts to dry, it's going to set. It's not coming out. Okay. So, there we go. Make sure we use all of our epoxy up. This is always a good idea. You don't want to waste, you don't have to. I don't waste. If I don't have to. That is set in solid. Now that's just gonna take its time, and then now it's gonna do the same thing. We need to let it sit for 24 hours. We'll see what it looks like at the back, at the end. I think one of the things that we want to do though is, we're done with the paintbrush. That's all we can do with it. No good no more. We are going to give it one touch with the torch, like we did the other day, and that will just take out any kind of bubbling anywhere. There we go. And there we go, guys. There's the beaver sitting on, you know, sort of like a river. This will turn different color, it'll go lighter. And there. Thanks for watching. We're done. We'll have the final reveal tomorrow when it's done. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching.